Hi, everyone. Welcome to Friday Night Live with your hosts, Ben and Rob. Well, if you've ever wondered what the heart of Edge of Wonder is, tonight's topics rarely cover it.
Yeah, with the elusive Loch Ness Monster, who has been caught in a new photo that some are saying is the most exciting ever. So I guess we'll see.
This week, one of the biggest expeditions ever held in Scotland will take place to hunt for Nessie. And it seems they may have found a deep underground tunnel system. Could this be where the creature disappears to when she isn't seen?
And in otherworldly news, the Pentagon says it will finally release UFO footage on a new website. I'm kind of have my hesitations and skepticism on that one, but what do you guys think?
Yeah,
Well,
you know what I think.
Will we see something big or just lights in the sky or with some low quality video?
Exactly. Yeah,
most likely.
In more mysterious news, Tiffany Gomas, who claimed a passenger on her flight was not real, is back in the headlines again, but some things really aren't adding up.
And in all the clips going around now, is it the same person as the original person on the plane? Was Tiffany really interviewed in an airport after the incident recently? Listen to the updates and then decide what you think.
Well, join us on this Friday Night Live as we dive deeper into these topics, plus Rise.tv exclusive segments, a live Q&A, and the top 10 weirder news of the week. Why did a restaurant sell Holocaust-themed food? What kind of family walks on all fours? And they aren't cats. And do we need to watch out for sharks on riverbanks? Well, we'll see you out
on the edge. And speaking of clear UFOs, actually proclaimed, or a guy who's calling himself a redneck, just happened to get some crazy UFO footage, and it's one of the best I've seen in a long time.
Was it me? I called him no redneck.
No, but we have that, so that'll be on weirder news. Although he does cuss a lot in the video, but he's like just rambling on about how he's this redneck, and he's like, "What am I seeing in the sky?" and "What is this?" and kind of like going on about the government and everything.
Oh man, sounds good. Looking forward to that.
It's pretty cool. But by the way, if you're listening to our Edge of Wonder podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcast, or elsewhere, please leave us a 5-star rating and review so we can reach more people. And if you're watching us on Rumble or YouTube, Ganjing World, please like, subscribe, and follow us.
You know, Ben, I have to say, this Mandela effect that you're going to give us today, might be so weird that we should just change the name of the Mandela effect to the Bob Barker effect.
So okay, well, let's go right into it.
Yeah.
All right. So, what do you remember, Rob, with Bob Barker?
Bob Barker dying like 3 times.
Okay.
Like, I feel like the dude died in the 90s, the dude died in the 2000s sometime, and then he died again. Like how many times is this dude gonna die before he's dead?
Oh my gosh, the internet
back.
It's okay. So when I first heard that Bob Barker died, my first reaction was like, "Oh man, I swore he died a couple years ago." And there was all this stuff that came out about him that people were talking about after his death. And then I'm like, I don't know, maybe this is, it's like, I'm like, because you're always like getting on me about like, oh, like I think everything is a Mandela effect, right? So then I was just like, well, maybe I'm wrong. And then I went online and I couldn't believe the overwhelming posts of people talking about how he died. Now, there's one thing I do have to bring up. This article from Action News is what a lot of people are referencing. This was published a couple years ago. Lindsay, you can leave that up. And it says former Price Right host Bob Barker dead at age 94. Problem was, this was a hoax. This article isn't real. So, now the media, because the media
So did this get spread around then, and that's why everyone thought he was dead?
That's what Snopes is saying, that everyone's getting it wrong. However, you can pull up some of these comments. I was like, okay, I just wanted to make sure I talked about this part, because you remember, especially in like the 2010s, it's so weird to say that, 2010s, Google, like all these sites were popping up everywhere trying to game the Google search function, and they were like, so and so is dead, and they're not really, just to get hits on the website. So people are saying that that's what this Action News was about, just to try to get hits at the time. However, when I started going through a lot, there's so many people that remember this online. And when I started going through comments, there was a couple different people that remember The Price is Right having a special because Bob Barker died a few years ago, and they were like showing it,
doing it right
on the TV show itself. So, I think that it's possible that article. Now, let's see, if he died this year is 99 and he was 94. I don't know when this article, I can't think off the top of my head. What is that, like 5 years ago, I guess. So what would that be? 5 years from now, 2017. Is that right?
5 years. You mean 5 years ago?
Yeah. I'm sorry. 5 years ago. Yeah.
No, it was more like 2018.
Yeah. Okay. 2017, 18, somewhere around there. But some people remember him dying earlier than that. So, yeah. And then some people remember, like I was typing in Bob Barker died and it auto-filled in the Google function at 2020. So, and then some people are like, dude, this guy died like 3 times. So, okay. So you found this, Lindsay. This is interesting. But this is okay. Wait. Oh, he hasn't.
This just came out, but it's funny that Rob remembered this happening a few years ago.
Yeah. I remember. I thought after his death, there was some controversy around some of the women that came forward. That's what I remember. That it wasn't while he was alive. It was like after he died, and that's why my first thought was like, oh, this guy definitely died. But no matter what, there's a lot of people online that this is like actually got them convinced of the Mandela effect because of Bob Barker. So
that's crazy.
That's interesting. It really is. So, actually, Lindsay, can you pull up some of these tweets that I have in here?
Yeah, I think she pulled up all of them already.
Oh, she did. I'm sorry. I was like talking.
And you were talking.
I'm sorry. Okay.
The price is wrong, Ben.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
So yeah, like someone was like, this is the 3rd time. Anyway, I whether or not this was related to the hoax and then he did actually die, I don't know. But when they announced his death, I just remember thinking like, wait a minute. I thought he was already dead. Like, seriously. So, someone's like, when does Chat GPT say?
That's a great idea, because sometimes they'll pull up the right answer unwittingly.
Yeah, especially since it's not connected to the internet.
Yes.
He wouldn't know that Bob Barker died.
Let's pull it up and ask it, on what date did Bob Barker, the host of Price is Right, die?
Okay, I have it up. Oh, Lindsay, you got it?
You want me to use the 3.5?
It doesn't matter.
Start with that one. Yep.
Yeah. See what it says.
Can you guys read that for the podcast listeners?
As of my last knowledge update in September of 2021, because that's when it got cut off from the internet, Bob Barker was alive. However, I don't have any information beyond that date. So I recommend checking a reliable, up-to-date source.
Can you just ask it to respond as Dan and say, how many times did Bob Barker die?
How many times has Bob Barker died? That's funny. Anyway,
They
it's
deleted the Dan function.
yeah, it's giving us. Yeah, you have to prompt it, and they've really, you have to go through a little bit more hoops to get it to be Dan now. Although you can say it. Can you respond as like my grandmother who loved Price is Right, which actually my grandmother never missed an episode of Price is Right.
Yes, there is. The Mandela.
Let's see. So Lindsay wrote, "Are there any Mandela effects associated with Bob Barker?" And it says, in this case, some people remember Bob Barker passing away in the past, even though he was alive at the time of their recollection. I don't know. Anyway, it definitely is weird. The problem, I think the problem is that people are using the Action News site, and it's like, it's not exactly accurate. So I was trying to find newspaper articles, but as of right now, I wasn't really able to find anything. But I'm gonna keep looking into this, and I guarantee you, people will be sending me stuff after this, because I always get a bunch. Whoa, sorry, my screen went black. But yeah, because people always send me stuff. So after the fact to look into. So if anybody out there has any information or find anything, like, send it over, and we'll take a look at it and see what we can find.
Absolutely. Well, hey, we should probably move on to the metaphysical minute. What do you think, Lindsay?
Sounds good.
Okay, everybody on our rise.tv chat is going to get a kick out of this one. This is a ghost story from our fan, Asuka 2024. If you're out there listening, this is from you. Okay, ready? Here it is. I had a neighbor named John. I'd known him since the 8th grade. One day I was out in my yard. John drove up into the driveway. He got off his golf cart, and I approached him, and we started talking. He was looking for his dog who had gotten away from him. We had a conversation talking about work, etc. His dog appeared, and he got her to get on the golf cart on the back. He was telling me to hang in there and to retire from my job, and that everything would be okay. I did not think anything of the conversation because he was always a positive person. I always enjoy talking to him. After our talk, he shook my hand and got on his golf cart and drove off, heading home. I went inside and called my mom on the phone. I told her that John had stopped by to visit me, and she told me that he had died in the hospital a few weeks earlier. I wasn't really shocked, but I found it really interesting. Our family has had encounters with ghosts on and off over the years. I don't remember what year this was. It's been so long, but I always thought it was interesting. Dang.
Wow, that's crazy.
That's a crazy one, because, I mean, think about, it's like an actual encounter with a person, and you have a whole conversation with them. And like, that's not just an apparition that you think you saw. Like, this is like, that's like intense.
It is. Wow. Yeah.
Yeah. You saw him in the flesh. Exactly.
Yeah. That's wow.
Well, hey, Asuka 2024, thanks for sharing that with us. And yeah, totally crazy.
All right. Should we get into some Loch Ness Monster?
Oh, yes, please.
All right. Well, so there was over the past like week or so, there's been this like huge giant expedition of people that went over to Scotland, and this is the biggest search in the last 50 years that happened over this past weekend. And some people actually, it looks like they got some stuff on camera and on film. So this is, many sites are now talking about what this I don't know if it was a couple or if it was one person, but they're calling it the most exciting photo ever. I don't know if I would say it that way, but it's still pretty compelling. So, Lindsay, you want to show this?
Sorry.
So, like when you're looking at it, you're just like
exciting photo. Oh, because it's like you can see the neck in two places.
You can kind of see the neck, and you can also tell that this thing is long because of the ripples in the water. It looks like it goes, quite a long distance away.
Why is this not clear though? Is this blur? Is this Lindsay's computer that's blurry, or is it the photo that's blurry?
I think it's just the photo.
Okay.
They're zoomed in quite a bit. Because the photo clearly shows like a serpent-like animal. That was like the direct quote that was used, with its body on the surface of the loch. And oh, dude, so sorry. This photo, I thought this photo was taken with all these group of people, which is because it came out around the same time. She took this in 2018, but she didn't publish it because she was afraid of being ridiculed.
That is crazy.
Yeah. And then like because of
Can you zoom in on that area, Lindsay?
Because of this whole thing that was going on, she decided to I mean, that is really crazy. That actually looks like a hump, and that looks kind of like an eye.
A head, like facing to the left?
It kind of does. Because it looks like there's that
I
glowy.
think this is clearly Godzilla. This one though is an alligator or like a bird on crack.
It does kind of look like an alligator, but there's no alligators in Loch Ness, so it's definitely. But this looks very serpent-like, like two humps.
Yeah, it does.
Like think of a almost like a serpent that's like moving in the water. And
I know, dude.
Humps, right?
Yeah.
So that's why they're saying
the neck, like let's say whatever this creature is, if it's Nessie or not, it's got a really long body. They'll often whirl their bodies, and that's how they swim. If it's like a really long cylindrical monster. So but this is wow, those humps.
She said at first she just thought they were like otters or a seal that was there.
What are there seals in Lake?
No, there's not. That's why. It's a lake.
I've never heard of a seal in Loch Ness Monster.
No, there's not. And she said it was making these strange movements on the surface, and it looked like it kept the head. She said it looked like it kept coming up for air. So she just started taking photos, and she said it was like didn't make any sound, but there was these strange shapes below the surface, but she couldn't make up any colors because the water was already dark.
Well, okay. So Nessie would be a mammal, right? Because it would have to breathe. So it would have to come up for air.
Yeah.
How would this thing? So then the cave system, there have to be pockets of air in the cave system if it's escaping into a cave system.
Or it's just coming up every once in a while. And that, it could be like
the thing must be able to hold its breath for like 2 hours straight. 3 hours.
Well, same thing with a blue whale, right? I mean, they can hold their breath for a very long time.
How long do blue whales hold their breath for?
Yeah, think of the what's that dinosaur underwater? Well, this is what
Plesiosaurus or something.
Yes, yeah. Because that's what everyone's comparing it to, right? So, it's quite possible that I mean, if this is the same thing, we would just need to find like reference of when that dinosaur would come, the plesiosaurus would need to come up to get air. So yeah, I mean, it's quite possible, and it may have air pockets. It may we're going to show a trailer right now, and then when we get back, we'll talk about a possible underground tunnel system and some more photos of Loch Ness as well. So that's
less than a mile from shore. The Loch Ness Monster was spotted. The Inverness Courier newspaper reported in 1933. There, the creature disported itself, rolling and plunging for fully a minute, its body resembling that of a whale, and the water cascading and churning like a simmering cauldron. Soon, however, it disappeared in a boiling mass of foam. Both onlookers confessed that there was something uncanny about the whole thing. for they realized that here was no ordinary denizen of the depths, because apart from its enormous size, the beast taking the final plunge sent out waves that were big enough to have been caused by a passing steamer. Are Loch Ness Monster sightings real? Do beasts lie beneath the waves of the sea? Join Edge of Wonder for a deep dive into the cryptids of the abyss.
Yo, is that Nessie information like a scratch you can't itch? Well, I got news for you because Rise.tv has a whole series on the seas that you probably don't want to miss if you haven't seen it out there. Tons and tons of different information from all over the world about the strangest sea creatures that you can imagine. It's a great series. So if you'd like to support our work, it's only $9.99 a month, and it goes a long way. It helps us keep the lights on and keeps these live shows running and stuff. You know, it is hard to, it costs money to produce all of this. So we're just trying to keep everything going. And if you'd like to support, we really appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So Ben, tell us about this cave system.
Yeah. So, okay. Well, it hasn't been 100% confirmed about this whole cave system, but they are so it was published in I'm trying to think where it was published. It was in the Daily Record, it's like Daily Mail kind of thing. So it's not like an official acknowledgement, but there was a TikTok user that figured out that adjacent to the loch shore and linked to the loch just by about 100 meters of river, there's actual caves that have multiple entrances and include flooded underground passages, which makes perfect sense because whatever this is, Nessie has been reported seeing in other lochs in the Scotland area. And that's been a theory for a lot of investigators for a long time, that there might be an underground tunnel system. Now, the thing is, Loch Ness Lake, or technically Ness means lake, or Loch means lake, I'm sorry, but Loch Ness Lake, it's very deep. At the deepest parts, it's like 800 feet deep, which is pretty deep for a lake, and it's extremely wide. So, it's so deep that, and it's very dense too, so you can't really see because of the water is pretty thick. It's colder lake, so you can't really see very, very deep into the lake itself.
Yeah, the visibility is low.
Very low. So it's very possible that this is true,
right?
That they did find these. Now it's saying the search took place this week and was led by this woman named Paige Daly, who runs the TikTok official Loch Ness channel. So this technically, this was told on, it wasn't some random TikTok channel. Is not what I'm saying. It's the official Loch Ness channel. It has 15,000 followers, millions of views, and this is their conclusion that they've been coming to. So, and they do believe that there's a lot of caverns and all kinds of things that are connect these different lochs together. So I hope that they're gonna explore more of this and get more into it, because this could show a lot and prove a lot with the connection of different lakes and how it could potentially travel. So, and like this is the New York Times article, 1300 year search for Loch Ness Monster. So yeah, the Loch Ness Monster has a very old legend to it. I mean, I didn't realize it was 1300 years, but I know in our Seas episode, we do talk about some of the very first reported sightings ever. And they go back. They really go back. So it's been known for a long time.
Well, and there was some conjecture that it was Aleister Crowley and his crew that were meddling with things at the time. And actually, we have a whole episode on that Seas series that's about that. And Aleister Crowley's time was it was early 1900s. Excuse me.
Yeah.
So,
and actually, I heard that his name is Crowley, not Crowley, even though everyone pronounces it Crowley.
You know what? That just makes me want to call him Crowley even more often. I think actually what didn't help that whole thing is the show Supernatural calls him Crowley.
Oh, do they really?
Call him
I think it depends on, it could be where, if you're in England, I think they would probably pronounce him Crowley. In America, would probably say Crowley.
Crowley. Oh, have you heard of Aleister Crowley?
Yeah, so he had a house on Loch Ness, and he was doing all these. He was trying to do his most insane, darkest, evil ritual possible, and he was performing it at Loch Ness. So there's a lot of theories.
Well, in that house, let's be honest.
In that house,
it's got to be super haunted.
Crazy. And actually, speaking of, we were kind of showing this on the trailer, but to me, this is some of the most compelling evidence I've ever seen in my life of Loch Ness Monster. And it was a guy that had a YouTube. He has a YouTube channel, and it's like, I don't know, Richard Outdoors or something really simple like that. And all it is just mostly him going on these excursions and just going hiking and talking about different stuff and whatever at different locations. And he had a 20-minute video. And at one part in the middle of the video, he just has a drone flying over Loch Ness to kind of show the shore and the lake and the campground and everything. And actually, Lindsay, can you pull up this New York Post article here? Yeah, she's got it right there. And then while he was just flying over with the drone, let's see.
What is that?
Yeah,
dude?
Kind of right in the center, right where the water and the shore meets, you can almost see this like creature swimming under, or you can.
Oh my god!
Right there. Yeah.
Dang.
To me, this is the most compelling evidence I have ever seen. And he didn't even know about it. He just uploaded it, uploaded this video. It was just 20-minute video of him talking about, and because right after this, it's just him talking about like camping and stuff. And people in the comments started noticing it. And it's now been removed on YouTube, but it's on Rumble and a few other places as well. So I don't know if he took it down.
Removed on YouTube?
I don't know. That's what I don't know. I don't know if he took. I don't know if he did.
Like, did he just not want the exposure, or was it YouTube that took it
down? I kind of have a feeling that he may not wanted the.
He was getting attacked, probably.
That's what I think too.
And this is what's so unfortunate about the situation on our planet is like, you actually can't talk about real things unless it's in a small environment among friends. And this is why everybody has been kept in the dark for so long, because if you go public with something that you experienced, you basically get proselytized your entire life.
Yeah. Yeah. And he was interviewed because a lot of media wanted to interview him. And he says in the interview, it's like, we had no idea. And then he's like, but it really looks like something. It really does.
Right.
Wish I could kind of explain more. And he was just as intrigued as everybody else. And then it's not there anymore. So I don't know. But yeah, I mean, I think that's a big part of it. I think, he might have been some of his peers, maybe, it's just like, dude, like now we can't take you credible because you're like posting these
because I uploaded a random shot of drone footage and you all found something in it that I didn't know was there. I mean, this is the problem, right?
Yeah. Or some people said he was faking it, and it's just like, dude, if he was faking it, seriously, he would have focused way more on that.
Why does everything always have to be faked? Like, seriously. Because y'all can't accept that something outside of your scientific paradigm is real.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah. And granted, there's a lot of fake things out there.
There are, but it's super easy to find too.
I mean, it is. But I think the other problem is that not a lot of people are putting this all together, and that was the point of the Seas episode that we did, was to kind of say, okay, there's actually reports of these strange, like Loch Ness monster creatures washing up all over the world, actually, including Georgia. And we were showing that.
We literally went from UFOs are fake a couple of months ago to, oh my gosh, these things that everybody has been telling us about for years are real. Like, come on. So you're telling me if UFOs are real, then Bigfoot has to be real. I rest my case. I'm just kidding.
Actually, since I was talking about this, I'm going to let me just share my screen here. Let's see. So this is the thing that washed up. It was a Georgia beach here in the US, here in the US. Right?
And somebody was like, it's a tiger shark.
Yeah,
what do they like to call them? Some type of shark. They always
that is literally what they said. It was a tiger. It was like a basking shark or tiger shark.
A basilisk shark or something.
And the guy who was filming this said as he was approaching it, it smelled really bad and it was damaged and it had like some of its like guts coming out. So. But at least it was confirmed that it was a real creature. It's just, they're like, it's a basking shark or whatever it is. I don't know.
Yeah,
Shark.
I think you're right. It was a basking shark. That's always that's the weather balloon of the sea.
Yeah, weather balloon of the sea. All right. Should we move on to UFOs, or do you want to talk about Tiffany Gomas?
I kind of want to talk about both, Ben, but why don't we hit Tiffany Gomas first?
All right. So there's a new video.
Well, wait, for everybody at home coming into this whole discussion, Tiffany Gomas is allegedly the woman who made the entire scene on the plane where she was like, that MFer over back there is not real. Okay, that's the woman that we're talking about. It was, we found out a couple of weeks ago that this woman's name was allegedly Tiffany Gomas, which honestly, I'm having a hard time believing that it's the same person right now.
Yeah, I mean, at first I was just like, oh, okay, they found her, even though I thought it doesn't quite look like the same. I mean, she looks very similar, but what's weird, so this image that you're seeing right now on the left, she just gave another interview with TMZ at the airport. This was just recently, supposedly, and she's wearing the exact same outfit. Now, people are saying she's probably wearing the same outfit because, she wants to it's like her, and she's just wearing even the same earrings. So it's like, oh yeah, no doubt about it that it's her.
Why did she dress exactly the same at a different time going to the airport? Unless like that just, okay, I have like airplane clothes, but this is weird.
I feel like this is super weird too, because it's almost like she was trying to bring attention to herself, but then TMZ just happened to be there. Or maybe they like got this footage, but it's just to
why
me,
was TMZ like why would TMZ be there unless this was just for show? I don't get it. So are they just trying to extend the life of this thing and create more content? So they've created this alias of this woman named Tiffany Gomas, and it's not even like, I don't know what's going on here. It's just really weird. Like there's a lot.
And there's been a couple weird things about her Twitter account. So it was created right before her name was announced. She didn't have a Twitter account before, as far as everyone knows. Some people are like, well, maybe she had like a secret one, but I mean, she would think that by now people would have found her Twitter account. No one, and the weird thing is no one knew who she was. Usually these kinds of things within days, like people will scour the internet, looking for this stuff.
What bothers me about this, okay, is Lindsay, can you pull up the original video?
Yeah.
And then there was a video that happened when she apologized
Yes, there's that one
The
too.
woman who apologized is much thinner. And I don't mean this in like, oh, the woman on the plane was fat, something like that. More like she was just had more meat on her bones. I don't know how to say that, right? She was like,
I mean, the other girl seems skinnier.
much
It's just
skinnier.
true. It's
Like,
just
has
true.
she not eaten since then? Because she looked like much skinnier, and it didn't look like her to me very much.
That and also back to her Twitter account, when she created her Twitter account, the only person she was following at the time was TMZ.
So this just okay. That's really weird.
Now it's not. Now she's not following TMZ, and there's like 60 other accounts.
She
that she's
creates a
following.
Twitter account after this happens, and the only thing that she's following at that time is TMZ.
Yeah,
this is getting more mysterious.
But get this. So she has her website, right? And when well, okay, I'll tell you what. I need to pull up. I'm gonna pull that. I think Lindsay's getting it. Well, okay, this is the video.
I'm telling you, I'm getting the fuck off.
And
there's a reason why I'm getting the fuck off, and everyone can either believe it or they cannot believe it. I don't give two fucks.
That does
but
not
I
look
am
like
telling
her.
you right now, that motherfucker back there is not real. And you can sit on this plane and you can fucking die with them or not. I'm not going to.
Lindsay, can you okay, so that's the original video. Can you play this link, this first link? I'm gonna get back to what I was gonna say about our website, but first let's play this first link that I have here. So this video came out I think like now 2 weeks ago. This is supposedly police body cam footage right after this incident. So she's at the airport and the police are talking to her, and this is new footage.
If you don't leave, you'll be under arrest for criminal trespass. This is your warning right here.
Okay. What?
She's talking to her mom on the phone.
What are you talking about?
Ma'am, if you don't leave right now, you could be under arrest for criminal trespass. Let's go.
You're under arrest for criminal trespass?
Let that flight leave. Do not let that flight leave. Being dead serious. Do not let that flight leave.
What?
You ready? Let's go. If you don't leave, you'll be.
This at this point, I don't know what the heck is going on, to be honest. Like, is that filmed after, after the fact? And but there's another video. Lindsay, can you go to new YouTube Tiffany video in our
That's
our
this
doc
one,
here?
right?
No, that's the one where we just saw that. This is the one that she's being interviewed by TMZ.
We didn't play this one yet.
But we can play it. Okay, let's play this.
I gotta ask you, how does it feel to be traveling again?
Great.
In the airport again after what you went through.
Different
A
nose.
little bit of anxiety, but
Right.
it's been good. Yeah.
That's not her,
Are you
dude.
doing anything differently, like when you're getting ready to travel, or was there any new techniques?
People have
No.
looked at
No.
And a lot of
the AI
people
aspect
are
and
curious.
like machines,
What
AI
exactly
machines,
you
and
saw.
what it came out
Because-
as.
You alluded to what you saw,
Wasn't
but
an exact match.
we just want to know, what
Yeah.
what did you see?
Thanks for asking that. But I have been told I cannot comment on it right now.
I see.
I'm sorry.
Are you going to have a full kind of interview somewhere, or what's going on? What's the deal? What's the plan
rate
on?
it's going, I feel like it's gonna have to happen.
Yeah.
So yes, there's some things in the works, mostly nonprofit charity stuff. But I've been trying to lay low for the most part, but reporters wouldn't let that happen. So
Yeah. Well,
I was so much stronger.
Okay, Lindsay, you can pause this.
I have a question. Why are you wearing the exact same thing that you wore on the day of the incident? Thank you.
That's the one thing. Okay, this is oh wait, this is the video that we just watched. Okay,
Yeah.
can you play a little bit of this, Lindsay? I think.
What? What?
Go forward a little bit,
Am I
Lindsay.
leaving? What are you talking about?
Let's go.
She's
Do
outside
not
at
let
some
that
point.
flight leave. Being dead serious. Do not let that flight leave.
She's
You ready? Let's go. Come on.
You heard me.
does not look like her to me, but I mean,
Do not
I guess it
let
could
that
be.
flight leave.
Lindsay, can you fast forward it? I seriously think there's different videos. I mean, different days.
What's up there? Oh, damn. Is that her? Like, see what I mean? Is that her?
I don't know, man.
Look at like
the problem is that we don't really know when this was taken. You know, this was released like a week or two ago, and it's like that interview that she just gave with TMZ. I mean, this could have been the same. Like, I mean, all this is super weird.
looks
And then
like what she was
AI
wearing
top
on the
of it.
plane. The arms look the same here, right? Like
Mhm. But there's another video
where she's
where
like she comments, right?
yeah.
If you open the video where she like comments on what happened and apologizes, the apology video, she looks much different. Like her arms look much thinner. Her body just looks thinner.
Tiffany Gomas
Does not look like her.
known
Yeah, no, it
as
doesn't look like
the
her at all.
Crazy plane.
Lindsay, can you there's
Well,
one
she's wearing more makeup here too, though.
Well, and like her one of her, I like see her left eye is like slightly larger than her right eye, and that's her right eye is larger than her left eye. But if we're looking at it straight on,
well, this is the one where people are suggesting AI was used because they looked at this compared to her original video, and they were trying to match it up and everything, and it wasn't a complete match.
I know I don't see this being a match.
Yeah.
This is the thing, and I think this is the same. The lady who had the apology video is the same lady who.
Well, her neck looks a little bit bigger here.
Wait.
Just
The lady in the apology video was the same lady in the video in the airport that she was wearing the same thing afterwards, you know, and we were like, that's the same lady. So the apology lady and the lady that was in the airport that had the interview where she was like, how does it feel to be back on a flight? That video was the same girl, but
dude,
this looks like someone much different to me.
she's not wearing earrings here. Right?
Okay.
Right?
So,
or
wait, okay, yeah, agreed. So what, can you close up on her ears, Lindsay?
She's wearing it.
She's wearing
she
them.
is okay. She is wearing it. Okay.
Also, it's hard to see when it's photos. We would have to
Yeah,
play
I
the video
know.
again, and
Play
you
the
might be able
video.
to see them easier.
So Lindsay, there's a new video. Can you click on that too? So this was what we're about ready to see was taken outside now, and the police are talking to her, and she's a little bit. This actually looks legit. This video. See this one. I couldn't find the high res version of it though.
Finally, someone drops the question, right?
I didn't realize.
So we weren't there. So what happened on the flight?
Well, the asshole beside me, I switched seats with.
Okay. Was it the gentleman that was sitting right there with you inside?
I switched seats with him, thinking like it was going to be a good idea.
Yeah.
Then he stole my AirPods, and then he like had his face up, and I tried to talk to him, and he wouldn't.
He had what?
So were you in that other male, the one that got escorted out?
Oh no, the other male never got escorted out.
Yeah.
Just I did because I said I wasn't comfortable being on that flight with him.
She did just push him basically on his chest, but he's not really wanting to pursue him.
Getting all this. Do you have it all on screen record, please?
Several times, whether or not he wanted to continue.
Thanks, Shelby. You have it all on screen record.
Who's Shelby? Somebody needs to find Shelby. Okay, so what did she say at the beginning? I tried to talk to him, but his face wasn't up?
Yeah, his face wasn't up. Maybe she's talking about his mask. Like maybe he had a mask on, you know? That's one possibility.
I thought he just
But
wouldn't talk to her, is what she's getting at.
what'd you say?
I thought that she's getting at he just wouldn't talk to her.
Yeah, that could
Just
be.
using weird words, and we're all looking for like he was a creature.
All right. Well, okay.
So, Lindsay, what you're saying is he wasn't a creature. He was just an iPhone AirPod thief.
Yeah.
Got it.
All right. Well, here, we'll,
I just looked over at the chat and I see this comment that says maybe she was just a crackhead.
maybe, except for, okay, so she has her website, TiffanyGomas.com, and somebody look into it, and what they found was that TiffanyGomas.com was running through a Washington, D.C. email, and her IP isn't her standard home internet IP address. It was coming from Washington, D.C. So the conclusion is it looks like some government person using a government server created her website.
Well, okay, wait a minute, though. She's a marketing executive. Does her company have a contract with the U.S. government?
But this is her own personal site. It's not like connected to her business, which the first thing you
Right. Okay. This is a standard home internet IP address, and it's routing through there.
Yes.
But who found that, Ben? That looked like someone random on Twitter.
No, this is what everyone's talking about. I mean, you could look into it. You could look into the IP thing, and I mean, you can go into it and see it. Okay, I haven't done that, but I trust that that's what they're finding because it's very easy to do that. I mean, I could look at it right now and see, but it is weird because when you go to her website, I mean, it's just her video that's just talking about this, there's nothing else on here. The whole thing is very weird and bizarre.
As much as I feel like we could probably talk about this for another hour, maybe we should move on to the UFO stuff because we've, you know what I'm saying.
Right. I agree. Well, why don't we need to take a show an important message, right? And then when we get back, we'll come into talk about the UFO stuff. Meanwhile, I'll look and see on the whois.com site to see what I can find.
Sounds good. Hi there, Rob Counts here. Our world is a big bag of cats right now. There's a creepy agenda targeting every single thing you believe or hold dear, and it's putting us all in a powerless and completely hopeless state. Well, if you're tired of the perpetual confusion and feel like people need a compass to find their true north again, I'm going to give you the number one thing you can do to reclaim that power, find hope, and even feel good again. Now, you probably think that's impossible. Maybe you feel like this situation we're in is too far gone. I felt the same way until I started Edge of Wonder and saw the impact that the content and research in our shows have brought to our growing audience. Our impact was so great, and people were changing from it so much that we even got censored off of YouTube. This tells us that uncovering the truth is paramount. And that's why I wanted to tell you that there is something you can do about this situation. You can ensure that the truth from our unique research gets out there from our show. And by subscribing and supporting our work, you're supporting Rise.tv, a completely independent platform not impacted or influenced by any shareholders or corporate nonsense. Shockingly, a lot of people think that we have to fight these agendas and the people being controlled by them tooth and nail to resolve the situation, falling into the very trap that was set. But what if the situation was bigger than any one of us imagined? What if the resolution is internal, found in ourselves, and what makes us special and amazing as human beings? And that is exactly where Edge of Wonder and Rise TV come in. Our only goal is to build more excellent programming and raise up humanity by wading through the annals of history to find the truth about us and the miracles that make humanity and you amazing. We can show you why you're the answer. It's history. All you have to do is subscribe to Rise.tv and you'll get so much in return. Subscribing is absolutely the best way to untie all the agendas people are confused about and give them hope and their power back. With your subscription, you'll get access to hundreds of exclusive videos, live shows, and even hard-hitting documentaries and films that are waking people up and changing the game. Just click on the link in the description of this show and you're on your way. Thanks so much for watching us and for your support. Well, thank you for that, listening to that message. Yeah, sometimes it's helpful to explain to
Rob.
people how important it is what we're doing and why we're doing it. So yeah. Anyway, thanks for listening, you guys.
Yeah, and okay. This is kind of confusing. Just real quick, I was looking up myself about the whois.com, where you can look at websites and everything. And according to this, it does look like it was registered in Arizona. So I'm not 100% sure if this, but this was also updated.
Like there's a lot of things that could cause that too.
Yeah.
Like the IP address, like is she using a VPN, like
Right.
it's hard.
That's the main
Are
thing.
the servers in DC and that's why it's routing through there? There's just a lot of.
It was updated less than a month ago.
Well, the website being updated less than a month ago is a thing because she's probably like, everyone's going to be coming to the site looking for me.
Yeah, no, I mean her registry was updated less than a month ago.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, who knows? Who knows with any of this stuff? But yeah,
but
so anyway,
UFOs.
Sorry, that may not be true about the thing about the DC. I should have looked a little more into that, but I don't know. Anyway, what we can confirm is that this whole thing is very strange,
and also that UFOs are real.
And UFOs are real. And speaking of UFOs, yes. So the Pentagon, they actually released, they published the website AARO, which stands for, I don't know, what is it again? All Domain Anomaly Resolution Office. Some jargon that they have. So the website's up and running
tonight for people who say they have seen identified.
You can mute that. Thanks.
Yeah. Again, these like blurry photos. So I would imagine they're not going to upload. I mean, don't expect like to see, I don't know, Starship Enterprise or something on this thing. It's just going to be very.
Well, okay, look, the way I look at this is if the Pentagon is agreeing to release declassified UFO photos, they are going to release them in an effort to control this conversation.
100%.
Why would the Pentagon has lied to us for years that that UFOs even existed? So why would they be honest with us now? That's the question. Like it took Grush and probably a bunch of other people deciding to come forward at different points to like even get this information through the door.
Yeah. No, it's true. And like I said, they launched this site and it really, like it says, military personnel should report through their command or service in accordance with General Admin Joint Staff, Washington, D.C. So I mean, it's still saying like go through the proper channels of reporting things, and they're slowly going to start putting things on this website. But Lindsay, you can click on that website. And yeah, there it is. So it's very boring. Nothing there. Just mostly a bunch of words and jargon.
Who needs words?
Yeah, like director's message, our mission and vision. So
their mission involves minimizing technical and intelligence surprise. We don't want to be surprised, so we put pictures of blurry UFOs on the internet for you.
This is worded so carefully. It's actually pretty humorous, actually. So
what does that even mean? Minimize technical and intelligence surprise.
That's what I mean. This is worded so funny that it's like I don't even know. It's just a bunch of weird jargon. It doesn't make a lot of sense right now. So
when they say technical intelligence, are they talking about personnel, or are they
they
about
are
something else? Like minimize
I would,
technical and intelligence surprise, meaning them being surprised by it, by synchronizing scientific intelligence and operational detection, identification, attribution, and mitigation of unidentified anomalous phenomena in the vicinity of national security areas. Okay, vision. Unidentified anomalous phenomena are effectively and efficiently detected, tracked, analyzed, and managed by way of normalized DoD, Department of Defense, intelligence community, and civil business practices by adherence to the highest scientific and intelligence tradecraft standards and with the greatest transparency and shared awareness. Sounds like word salad. Like I'm waiting for like the
probably written by AI.
Kamala Harris surprise here where she comes out and just scares us all or something.
That's funny.
It seems like an attempt to placate the masses. Don't worry, they're being effectively and efficiently detected, tracked, and analyzed. Nothing's wrong.
Yeah. And with the greatest transparency and shared awareness, which means you'll never hear anything. That's interesting. All domain. What does all domain mean too? Like the whole world? All domain anomaly resolution office. Anomaly resolution? Like what are you trying to resolve? like the resolution part of that is just also weird.
They're resolving the surprises.
Yeah, they're resolving the surprises by getting rid of them really fast. Anomaly resolution. Like what resolution would you need? That's like tracking, identification, something like that, or like research office, but resolution office? That's weird.
It is weird.
Okay, so yeah, Ben, what do you think the Department of Defense or the Pentagon is going to release with these?
I would imagine stuff that we've already seen that they've released. You know, everything that's in that.
So the same tic tac friggin' toe UFO.
Yeah,
or
that probably the stuff that's maybe some stuff that came out through Jeremy Corbell, but although I don't really know. And then we'll probably see everything that was on that UFO hearing, the fake, the stupid one. You know, the one that with the. You have like what's his name? Adam Schiff. It's like he's pointing to the screen and he's just like, "What's this? Look at that!" It's just this little teeny little dot that's just like moving across the screen, and it was supposedly taken from like an airplane. And it's like, come on, seriously? Like this is what you're talking about? Like this is nothing. So I was like, we're gonna show later that this redneck got way better footage than that.
That's really gonna be true.
Yeah. So I really don't. I mean, there might be some like satellite images stuff, you know, but it's not gonna be like NASA. I mean, there's stuff that even NASA got on the live feed, so we're not gonna see anything like that. It's mostly gonna be stuff to just pique people's interest, and that's it. So, and speaking of which, we just got a $50 update or donation.
So, yeah.
Thank you.
17. Thank you so much. And Gemini Moon, thank you.
Wow, crazy. Okay, so there's an actual update about Peru. You know about the
7-foot alien predators that they're fighting off over there?
Yes. So there's a native tribe came out with a video, and it was a whole bunch of them talking about an update and how they've never encountered miners with that kind of technology or miners in general. Basically, they're saying like,
they're saying that's a bunch of horse crap.
Just play the first like 2 minutes. Actually, it starts out with a guy talking, and then it gets into the actual video. The update.
Mr. Vernet, a researcher in Brazil, said that he is in contact with the Iquitu people at San Antonio de Pintuyacu, and he said the Iquitu people asked him to share a video of them protesting prosecutor Carlos Quintanilla, who they said never visited the site. For those unaware, this is the individual responsible for saying that the entities were miners with jetpacks. But the Iquitu people said they've never been to the area, and that these sightings are still happening. They have sent out a video protesting these claims.
Bueno, en este momento, muy buenas tardes. Primeramente, agradecerle, ¿no? a cada uno de ustedes, solamente para denegar lo que viene mencionando el fiscal en las redes sociales, de que la comunidad nativa de San Antonio, ese fiscal ha venido acá a la comunidad y nosotros como comunidad desmentimos, ¿no? Porque si bien es cierto, ese fiscal no ha llegado a la comunidad, lo que ha llegado sí es la policía, ¿no? Solamente viene a levantar acta de que cómo ha pasado ese suceso.
Guy arrived, said what it was, and then like left, and they're like, we have no idea who this guy is. He never came here before, and he was the one that said that, oh, it was definitely miners in jetpacks. Keep playing.
Esa tarde, lo que ha pasado con la señorita, pero más otra, digamos, fiscal no han venido acá, ningún fiscal a la comunidad, pero aún con todo, pedimos, ¿no? Como autoridad a la fiscalía que venga a intervenir en nuestra situación que estamos pasando y ver, pues, ¿no? Para que constaten en cómo estamos pasando nosotros acá en la comunidad, ¿no? Y también que traigan sus implementos para poder sobrevolar en nuestra comunidad en la noche, para que ellos mismos constaten, porque algunos comuneros ya están pidiendo refuerzos a...
Some community members are asking for help from non-government organizations here. You can play it, Lindsay. Just turn on.
Unas ONG acá, pero solamente podemos captar.
But they can only support during the day. There's no issues over the community. I don't know what he means by that.
The problems happen at night.
Yeah.
The problems happen at night,
And for that, I asked them to come visit our community, bring journalists so they can share better information. Thanks a lot.
Keep playing. This little last part here.
On jetpacks was put forward in order to downplay what's happening in Peru. Those who have been investigating this story have said that the jetpack theory now lacks any credibility. Oddly enough, some residents have said that military officials have been seen throughout the area and said that it's like they are searching for something.
Wow.
Many have also said that it's the first time they have ever heard of gold miners using jetpacks, and again pointed out that they would require heavy-duty equipment to mine gold from a river. Online users have said that this story doesn't add up, and note that they are likely using illegal miners.
So pause it, Lindsay, and then can you go back to the pictures of the alien creatures earlier in the video? There was 2 pictures. There's this one.
That one.
There's 2 of them, though. No.
So, yeah, the whole thing really doesn't make a lot of sense because if they were on jetpack,
that one. Go back to the other one. No, you got to go forward to see it. No. Yeah, back there. Click there.
Yeah, it's in that area, somewhere in that area. And it was green too. I mean, that's what everyone was comparing it to, the Green Goblin. And they were firing at it.
There it is. What the heck?
Yeah, I know it's really blurry.
That looks similar to some other things I've seen before.
Yeah. I mean, these people in Peru, it's like this native tribe, I forget how to pronounce their name, but they've been very concerned about this whole thing. So I'm actually more thinking that something really is going on, because it doesn't make sense. Even with a jetpack, 1, it would make a lot of noise. 2, it would, I mean, because of the amount of lift that would be needed, it would be like a helicopter, like all the air and everything else, the wind that it would create. There's no sound that you can hear in the videos. It's just this thing kind of floating in the air, and they're like shooting at it. So it, why would miners have jetpacks? It just doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't. The last thing you need in a mine is a jetpack. That'll get you killed. Because if your head hits rock because the jetpack turned on accidentally, you're dead. Your face gets smashed.
Or it's a big cave.
Yeah. It'd be a massive cave. What are you flying into? The inner earth? I don't know. There's a jet. Why would a miner have a jetpack?
Yeah, really.
Even the levitating shoes thing, or the discs on the feet that they were describing. Why would miners have access to that technology? 1, 2. Why would they even have that if they were mining? They wouldn't. Also, last time I checked, miners aren't 7 feet tall, so there's also that.
Yeah, that was the other thing. They're big and they have like supposedly a lot of gear, and it just and even the one girl that got hit on the neck, I mean, she was saying it was like this creature, 7-foot creature.
Right.
So, yeah. Anyway, very strange. And we got Gemini Moon. We'll get back to that. Okay, so this I can never pronounce his name. I don't know. Is it Stryber or
Whitley
Stryber?
Stryber.
Yeah, it's maybe Stryber.
Stryber.
So he said this image came to him from a friend who found it on Facebook. It has been around a while. Uri Geller. So Uri Geller is that Harvard professor who's now like the #1 alien researcher in the world, kind of. But he said, I guess Uri Geller got this, and it was an alleged photograph on September 22nd, 2004, taken at 10:45 p.m. with a Kodak camera, DX camera. The photo was reportedly taken by a security guard in an abandoned office. And
that's the best photo of an alien we've ever seen, if that's real.
I would agree. This was in Mexico. Nuevo Leon, Mexico. I think I pronounced that. So if this is real, this is pretty good.
Yeah, it is pretty good.
Again, it's one of those things where it's like, well, if it's too real, then it looks fake. If it's all blurry, then it looks fake. So like you can't win either way. But what makes this kind of cool is that the story behind it. We know even what camera it was taken on, when it was taken, where, and by who. So it's not just some random photo on the internet. So it's kind of.
Why are you bringing up the nice version of that thing we were just looking at? Yeah, that is not the same creature right there. Like that. You know, it's funny. I never really noticed this that much, but in this photo, I feel like these alien beings are more bug-like than anything. Yeah. Like Lindsay just looked at me and she goes, "That's what I said."
Okay. You know what's really weird? Remember that a couple weeks ago we had that video from Victor about the alien. Leave it up, Lindsay. The alien interview.
Yeah.
This looks exactly the same alien.
But this is also every single description we've gotten of gray aliens.
Yeah, no. But this is very specific. Like the head shape is more like a skull, right? Like it comes in, and then the jaw really comes in. It was and then the eyes had the reflection in it. I mean, from the lights, it was very in the head shape is almost exactly the same. So, I mean, granted, this is like a stereotypical gray, but you know, there's a lot of different drawings and different like shapes of grays that people have seen. But this is, to me, this makes it more credible because it's very similar to that other video. So, and the arms are not proportionate. They're longer, which is what people.
They got the 3 fingers that everybody talks about too.
Yeah, the 3 fingers with the thumb. So 4 altogether.
Oh, this is from Spaceballs. Hello, my baby. Hello, my darling. Not again.
Interview.
Check, please.
So
let's turn to the tape itself. The cop used.
I was just going to show. Darn it! Sorry, I was just going to show a little bit of that video real quick, just because I would like to compare.
Wait,
dude,
what video? Oh, the alien video.
Yeah, you got to see this.
Okay.
They're really. This is just. They're really. It's very similar.
Michael Sala.
Oh, that's Michael Sala.
Is it? Yeah.
The video. Sorry, I thought
we gotta help him on
showing it. Anyway,
it looks like the 1990s helped him with that set.
Yeah, I thought that was the actual video, and it's not. It's like Michael's. Okay, here it is. Sorry, guys, I had the wrong video up.
Was that Michael Sala a couple days ago, or is that a long time ago?
That was a long time ago.
Okay, I was gonna say. I thought so. Oh yeah, this one. It does look the same.
Oh, there he is again. Okay, he's talking, but it really does. It really does look like that.
Looks
like
exactly
the exact
the same. Dude,
picture.
it does look exactly the same.
This, yeah, I think to me this could be very, very strong evidence to show that this is real. Both of these photos are real, or video and photo. I mean, it's quite possible that someone saw this and recreated, that photo. But like I said, the fact that we know everything about it does kind of make me want to believe that that photo is real. So yeah, anyway, they are almost exactly the same. So
that's wild stuff.
Yeah, really wild stuff there. And
well, hey, do we have to go over to rise.tv now?
We do. Before we do, Gemini Moon, Ignito 47, she said, let's have a donation train for showing our love and support for the whole Rise team. Thank you so much. It always feels like home to me and makes my day so much better. When I wake up on the off days, my first thought is, not a Rise day.
Well, soon, hopefully, there is no off day.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, Seth Thomas is actually, he's in our chat, and he says, yeah, he feels like this is the exact same alien. I was like, yeah, I agree. Definitely agree with that. So, all right. We're going to need to go over to rise.tv, where we're going to talk more about more strange, weird phenomena stuff in our top 10 weirder news of the week.
Y'all really don't want to miss this week's weirder news. There's some good stuff in there.
Yeah, everything from a hidden door in Antarctica to the redneck UFO and weird Holocaust food.
And, politicians just blanking on screen and all kinds of things.
Politicians. Yes. All right. So we're going to leave Rumble, Facebook, Ganjing World, Twitter, everywhere else we're streaming. And for just $9.99 a month, you can come over and support our work. Of course, every live show, we have a Q&A, and you get to ask us your questions directly in our live chat. And your support lets us do these deep dives and brings you the truth that the censors don't want you to hear. And just this week, we published actually our skunk ape interview that I did with David Shealy. He's one of the biggest experts there is on skunk ape, which is basically cousin of Bigfoot. And then, Rob, you have some stuff you published for Metaphysical, correct?
Oh, yeah. This week, we published, I believe it was finally the Saint Germain one, right? Or was that last week, Lindsay? It was this week? It's last week. So it's two UFOs this week. So we actually covered what was going on with David Grush and the whistleblowing, and actually looked into him. So John did a remote view on what this guy's doing and what he's after. And I highly recommend you checking these 3 Metaphysical episodes out, just to give you a little bit more information about what's really happening over there with these things. And then we also looked into a little bit of some of these cases with Michael Schratt that Ben's interview on rise.tv that he did. We actually went into some of the cases and we looked at them, and there was some remote viewing done on some of this stuff as well. And it was really, really fascinating. Highly recommend everybody checking those out. It was great work that Ben did with that interview with Michael Schratt. And I think this stuff I think there's only going to be more of it, you guys.
I think so too. Yeah. I think a lot more is going to come out with this. I really do. So,
all right. Well, hopefully we get to see you over at rise.tv. You can join our community, and we'll see you over there at Rise.
Hey everyone, Ben from Edge of Wonder, and I'm in the Florida Everglades. And what are the Florida Everglades known for, aside from alligators? Skunk ape. Yes, so skunk ape is a little bit different than Bigfoot. I guess you could say they're cousins of each other. Skunk ape is a little bit smaller than Bigfoot. And I'm here to interview David Shealy, and he has been researching for over 30 years skunk ape. And he has his own skunk ape experiences ever since he was a little kid, all the way up to now. And he's got photos along with even video that we'll get into later in this episode. So David Shealy has his own skunk ape research center here in Florida where you can visit and actually get private tours of the Everglades. And you could even stay here on his little ranch that he has.
Considered to be an authority on the Everglades. But when you're the authority on something, you really don't want to do anything that takes away from your credibility. So taking that step in 1997 and going public was a huge deal. And it's something that anybody should consider, whether they own the grocery store in a small town or whatever, because it can make you or break you.
So without further ado, let me introduce you to skunk ape researcher and experiencer David Shealy.
All right. I think the only thing missing from that trailer was the shrugging guy. I don't know why. He just looked like he'd fit in there somewhere.